This is the future.
You thought it was Ash, but it is I, Lord Vauban. Well, I had to delay the video a bit since it needs polishing, and this Vauban video is part of my leveling guide method. It can use to level up weapons, but it got so much potential than that. Before we begin, I would like to address some new player questions that have been asked several times regarding combos that I'm sharing on this channel. For those of you asking why I have a frame ability in another Warframe, then the short answer to that is the Helminth system that is in your orbiter. You can get the segment from Sun in Necrolisk, and you can start using the Helminth system at Mastery Rank 8. The idea of this system is to let players rework a Warframe. Everyone has been crying about reworking their favorite Warframes. That is why Digital Extremes decided to let them do it themselves. I'm just kidding. Long story short, you can replace one ability of your favorite Warframe with a subsume ability from another Warframe. That's it. Now let's move on to the video. So this is a Lord Vauban video which is all about infinity, unlimited amount of energy and unlimited vortex which can be turned into awesome survivability and infinity damage. You are already seeing what is the Helminth combo in your screen, but for those who can't recognize it, then I subsumed Gara's Splinter Storm into Vauban. Full damage reduction. It's just a pun, lads. I just subsumed her Spectro Rage ability to Vauban. Remember that each Warframe has one subsumable ability, and you can check it out by simply letting your Warframe sit in the Helminth chair to see what he or she can offer. So anyway, I know that most of you are a fan of Breach Surge Vauban, and it somehow becomes a meta on the internet since people are talking about infinite damage scaling with Bastille and Breach Surge. It's true, but honestly, I rarely use it because it's not that efficient in real missions. The thing is, you would wait up a couple of seconds so to strip armor and ramp up the damage of Breach Surge to enemies hanging in your Bastille. Instead of waiting, you can just kill it with other sources. Although I must admit that it's cool and fancy, but in terms of usability, I rarely use that combo right now. On the other hand, Spectro Rage plus Vauban is a match made from heaven. Gara's subsumed ability does scale with range, and so does Vauban's Vortex, making it a perfect pair for both crowd control and survivability. Not to mention that Vortex will allow you to group enemies, while Spectro Rage will make enemies dumb shooting at mirrors. It gets even better if you add the Spectro Siphon Augment in your build, which gives out energy orbs per kill inside the Spectro Rage ability. Since enemies will mostly be grouped by Vortex in one place, we can assume that we will not worry about energy with this combo. But what is the downside of using this combo, squad leader? Well, the problem of using this is people will think that Vauban is now god tier, that they will start calling nerfs again. Not really. Although there's some minor problems while using this combo, like enemies not getting sucked by the Vortex and just standing still because they got bamboozled by Spectro Rage. But we can still bypass this using an arcane and some trick which I will show later. And when I mean later, it means now. The build I'm using with a Mirror Madness Vauban is max 280% range. I don't need any power strength in my playstyle since it doesn't affect the percentage drop of energy orbs from Spectro Siphon, and I don't usually rely on Vauban's abilities to kill enemies. I just use a weapon to destroy all those targets that are grouped by Vortex. I did add Repelling Bastille in my mod setup for the bonus duration on Vortex. With this mod setup, you will have 200 plus seconds of Vortex when you spam it, and actually, you can just throw it anytime you want since you got an infinite source of energy. While some would probably slap me for not putting Primed Flow in this build, I really don't need it since I can have enough energy always with Spectro Siphon and Arcane Energize. Also, I added Arcane Eruption for the extra crowd control, and this is one way of bypassing those enemies that are not pulled by Vortex. Once they get knocked down, they will be dragged by Vortex. Another way of bypassing these enemies that are not pulled is having two Vortexes active at the same time. I don't know if this is just a bug, and I hope Digital Extremes will fix it soon since it's ruining our god tier Vauban combo. Now, some of you might be problematic with this kind of setup as I only have Vitality and Rolling Guard for survivability, and as you all know, even with max range, Vortex only receives a 28 meters radius, which is sometimes not enough to crowd control a whole room. You might be worried that this build is squishy, and one hit can be instant death for Vauban. You are right with the one hit instant death, but who will even kill you if nobody is hitting you? The thing is, once Spectro Rage is active, enemies will be preoccupied with hitting the mirrors, so A simple trick of not getting killed is just making sure that Spectro Rage is active all the time. Think of it as a mini Octavia mallet, but offers energy per kill. Lastly, this build is not all about high level plays. Sure that you can easily beat higher level content like Steel Path hard mode with this Vauban build, but there are more uses to a Spectro Rage Vauban than just killing enemies. One thing that I love about this combo is that you will be able to level up your weapons in the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught solo, on with a team. In solo plays, this combo is limited when it comes to leveling weapons. It's good with weapons with radial attacks, or leveling your melee weapons, but it could be problematic for those auto rifle types or single fire type weapons. Even with a punch through build, you will most likely dive into more conduits to level up that weapon of yours. It's doable, but the time needed to level up the weapon is not good enough. I highly advise that if you are leveling a non-radial attack, non-melee weapon, then try to go with a team or even in a public queue. Vauban will become a better trinity and provides an infinite amount of energy to Sarin or your other teammates. If you don't have a Sarin, then any Warframe with a kill skill will become the main DPS in your team. Honestly speaking, this is the best build I have used with my Vauban. It's not just cool to see enemies getting sucked into the vortex and give out an infinite amount of energy, but the build is actually useful and effective in real missions. I highly recommend that you try this build for yourself and let me know in the comment section how good a Mirror Madness Vauban is. Be sure to check back later, as I'll have more Warframe videos for you guys, and I will be announcing the winner of the Outriders giveaway. Plus, we will be doing another Warframe giveaway which we will host on our official subreddit page. By the way, if you haven't joined the Grind Shack yet, then I have included the link at the pinned comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.